India will need their talented players such as Sunil Chetri, Udanta Singh, Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, Sandesh Jingan, and Anirudh Thapa to play out their skins or even go Super Saiyan if India are to make it to the World Cup.
India is coming. India is no more a sleeping giant.
The 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers are here, and in this video I want to talk about one specific country, India. Could India qualify for the FIFA World Cup that will be hosted by Qatar? Guys, I'm gonna let you know what I think, and I'm gonna give you a very good explanation to why I came up with my prediction. I also have my friend Yash, who hails all the way from India, and he will also let you guys know what he think. For the AFC 2022 World Cup qualifiers, 46 member associations will scrap it out for 4.5 places. They will also get an extra slot due to Qatar hosting the tournament. But the big question here is, can India, who is currently ranked 18th in the AFC and 103rd worldwide, qualify to make their World Cup debut? Let's first analyze their AFC qualifying second round group and determine whether they can progress from that. India were drawn in Group E alongside World Cup host Qatar, Bangladesh, Oman, and Afghanistan. Against Bangladesh, who is currently ranked 182nd in the world, India has 15 wins, 2 losses, and 11 draws. Their last match against their Bengali neighbors was a 2-2 draw back in 2014. Against Bangladesh, I'm gonna predict a win on the road and a win at home, which will give India 6 points. Very good start. Against Oman, who is currently ranked 87th in the FIFA rankings, India has a solitary win that they picked up back in 1994. They have 2 draws and 4 losses. The two teams last played each other in 2018, where the game ended in a 0-0 draw. I'm gonna predict a home draw for India and a loss on the road, which gives them 1 point. So that means India's points tally will go up to 7. Against Afghanistan, who is currently ranked 149th in the world, India has 6 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. The two teams last met in 2016, where India came out 2-1 victors. I'm gonna give India a win at home and a win on the road, which will take their points tally up to 13 points. Great job. But this is where it gets tricky when they meet Qatar, the current Asian champions. These two teams have only met each other on one occasion back in 1996, and India lost that game. For the Qatar fixtures, I'm gonna predict a home loss for India and a loss on the road. So let's recap. 2 wins against Bangladesh, a draw and a loss against Oman, 2 wins against Afghanistan, and 2 losses against the Asian champions and World Cup host Qatar. So that will give India 13 points, 4 wins, 1 draw, and 3 losses. Guys, do you think that will be enough to make it to the 3rd round of the AFC qualifiers to give India a chance to qualify for the 2022 World Cup? Guys, well, I'm gonna let you know how the other teams will stack up in the group. For Oman, I think they're gonna defeat Bangladesh in both legs, defeat Afghanistan in both legs, pick up a win and a draw against India, and a loss and a draw against Qatar. This will give Oman a total points tally of 17, which is greater than India's points tally. So that's not looking good for India at all. And for Qatar, I think they're gonna win all their games against India, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, 1 against Oman, and they're gonna draw the other. This is going to give Qatar a total points tally of 22. So Qatar will top the group with 22 points. Oman will come in second on 17, India third, 13, Afghanistan fourth, and Bangladesh fifth, 1 point. So India, Afghanistan, and Bangladesh will fail to advance to the 3rd round of AFC World Cup qualifiers. Qatar, who has already qualified for the World Cup as host, is only taking part in qualifiers for AFC Asian Cup purposes. So this means the 2nd place team in this group will move on to the 3rd round, and I'm predicting that team to be Oman. The team that places 3rd does not move on to the 3rd round, and that is India. So could India prove me wrong? Well, I'm gonna put Yash in the hot seat right now, and he's gonna let you guys know what he think.
It's really hot in here. It's burning. It's like an one. Hello internet, my name is Yash and I'm also known as the Setting Bhai on YouTube, and I'm also a top writer on Quora on the topics of FIFA World Cup 2022 and in the Indian football team. So I think I am qualified to answer the questions. Being in a cricket crazy nation, football gets undermined, and I think we are reaching the point where we could challenge the Asian heavyweights and possibly the world heavyweights in future, because it's growing so rapidly. Indian football has really made strides to achieve great heights. If you look back at like previous decade versus this decade, it's it's a paradigm shift to say. So I was watching the FIFA World Cup 2022 and the AFC Asian Cup 2023 second round draw. I was really hoping that we shouldn't get like teams like Japan or Islamic Republic of Iran or Republic of Korea or even Australia. But you know what? My only one teeny problem, you gave us Qatar. You see, comment down below if you like my Australian accent. So for the Group E, I need not to explain, as I think Dominic has already made a beautiful video about it, and I would straight away talk about India, because the topic main issue is India. Qatar, really controversial hosts, and I do not think they are worthy. Half of their team is naturalized, and one interesting fact you need to see, and I'm not making this up, Qatar under 20 has lost to Bangladesh's under 20. So the top player is Sunil Chhetri, as expected, the second active goal scorer in the freaking world. Also the most number of caps in the Indian team. He has scored 71 goals in 111 games. The last match they had was with Syria, who were just a few inches away from qualifying for the FIFA World Cup 2018, just short before Australia. Drawing Syria is the highlight of the year, other than the 4-1 victory against Thailand. I was expecting a loss against them, to be very honest, but a draw is like, oh my god. We have the goalkeeper, the first choice. I'm taking the first choice team here. You need to see. So the first choice goalkeeper, Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, who has played in UEFA Europa League with Stabæk FC, and he currently plies his trade with Bengaluru FC, the same team with Sunil Chhetri is in. He's great. He's just now received a highest ranked national sports award, the Arjun Award, and he's versatile. Like, he's playing sweeper, keeper, he's playing like the last defender. So let's look at the defense line, because team's defense wins the at least saves yourself from the match. So starting from the center backs, there is one face, the one savior, the CrossFit Jesus, the South Indian legend, Seth Rollins, the Indian Seth Rollins, or whatever goddamn name you may wear. He is none other than Sandesh Jhingan. So he has a really big fan following in India, and especially South India as well, and his play is very fantastic. In the AFC Asian Cup, he won 72% of his aerial battles, which is quite a decent figure. He does every types of tackles, and he's very intelligent on the ball and the field and knows what he's doing. Another key player to look out for is Anirudh Thapa. Anirudh Thapa, he's the maestro of the midfield, along with Sahal Abdul Samad. Lalinjwala Changte just made me blow off my expectations. Like, I was not hoping for one key person who would replace Sunil Chhetri's boots, but Lalinjwala Changte, or this same Changte has got quick speed, he's got the shots on target, he's got the goals in the net, and he has just gone for Viking FK in the Norway's top league. All seems good for Indian football. Along the wings we have Halichara Nazri, and these players are like Indian Usain Bolts. Like, what lungs they have, yeah. So what's the big deal with this team? What does it can do? Earlier we used to play long passes. The ball was sent to the goalkeeper the ball was back passed to the keeper, and the keeper would just straight out blast the ball and hope that we could get past the opposition defenders. But now the skill has been improved. Now we have players, we have passing, we have short passing, and under Igor's team match, I believe him. He is the one. Boy oh boy, India could be next. And I'm not kidding this. India could be next. I'm just being like optimistic, and I'm also could be a biased person as well. So the roadmap I propose is let India go to the third round and snatch that half, the intercontinental playoff round, which could very well mean that we might have to face China, we might have to face maybe Thailand, we might have to face United Arab Emirates, we might have to face Iraq, Vietnam. Maybe Group G is a mess. Anyone could from the Group G could come. Is the AFF Cup right now, mini AFF Cup. It could also be Republic of Korea, but I believe we should snatch that intercontinental playoff spot for the FIFA World Cup 2022, which means, like, if we are talking about 2022, which means Sunil Chhetri would be in his twilight of his career, which could very well mean that someone has to take. And Igor's team match is very well aware of that, and he has placed maybe Changte for that very role. We are coming freaking Qatar. You will see Indians in Qatar. You will see Indians playing in Qatar if all goes right. India is coming. India is no more a sleeping giant.
India, who recently sacked their coach Steven Constantine and hired the Croatian Igor Stimac, will once again miss out on World Cup qualification. Maybe they need to amend the rules and start allowing foreign-born Indian players to represent the national team. But on the flip side, let's just say India play out their skins and qualify for the third round. Is the team good enough to grab one of those 4.5 available slots? Are they good enough? The likes of Australia, South Korea, Japan, Uzbekistan, Saudi Arabia, Iran, and the UAE, assuming that they all make it to the third round, will be very, very difficult opponents to topple. So let's just say it will take a miracle for India to qualify for the World Cup. So India will need their talented players such as Sunil Chhetri, Udanta Singh, Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, Sandesh Jhingan, and Anirudh Thapa to play out their skins or even go Super Saiyan if India are to make it to the World Cup. So I'm going for a no. India will not qualify for the 2022 World Cup. So guys, I'm your boy Dominic Rich, and if you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button and share the video with a friend. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I want to give a big thanks to Yash for collaborating with me in this video. It's good to have someone to give that local perspective, and he surely did so. So guys, I'm your boy Dominic Rich, and until next time, peace out. Rich Squad.